Thank you very much, Mr. Chair and Ranking Member Moran, and welcome, Mr. Remy. Thank you for being willing to serve and for being here today. The Deputy Secretary has oversight of overlapping VA and Department of Defense issues, including the critical topics of mental health and the 200,000 service members who transition to civilian life every year. My bipartisan bill, the Solid Start Act, strengthens a VA program under which the VA contacts every veteran 3 times in the first year after they leave active duty to check in and help connect them to VA program and benefits. So, Mr. Remy, how can the VA work to improve the Solid Start program, and how can the VA and DoD continue to work together more broadly on behalf of service members as they transition to civilian life?
Senator, thank you for that question. And if confirmed, first and foremost, as the co-chair of the JAC, I will assure that that issue is on the agenda so that we can collaborate with the Department of Defense to make sure that our priorities are aligned, our focus is sharp, and our delivery is consistent with the expectations of the committee. If confirmed, I will look more into this act because the issues around mental health are critically important to our veteran community. And we need to make sure that we're doing all that we can to provide our veterans the services that they need if they're suffering from mental health challenges.
Well, thank you. As I talk with veterans in my home state of New Hampshire, they talk to me a lot about the fact that when they first transition out of civilian life, they're not sure who to go to for help, what options are open to them. So I think just that focus on affirmative outreach is going to be really important. So I appreciate your commitment to that. Let me move on to a different topic. The VA had management and operations issues prior to the pandemic, including a culture that too often silences whistleblower concerns. For example, a whistleblower's concerns were not adequately considered by the VA in a recent case at White River Junction Medical Center that involved allegations of serious professional misconduct by a doctor. Not listening to whistleblowers can be a risk to patients' health and can lead to significant issues of poor performance, waste, fraud, and abuse. So can you please speak to how you would manage senior leadership and operations across the agency to promote a culture that focuses on accountability?
Senator, you said the key word, culture. And the Secretary has made clear that a culture of accountability is a key component of the Department of Veterans Affairs, and that I believe firmly in. Accountability is the lifeblood of any good functioning organization, and we need to make sure that we're focused on that while at the same time understanding the challenges that might exist within the organization. The Office of Whistleblower Protection is an important component of how we deliver the messaging around protecting anyone who desires to become a whistleblower, or I should say is put in the circumstance where they have to raise an issue. And we need to make sure that all employees feel comfortable in that space. And so if confirmed, Senator, I will speak to this issue frequently to make sure that I can drive home that culture.
All right, will you also just commit to taking seriously whistleblower concerns and working with our office on this matters and others should you be confirmed?
Yes, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I yield the remainder of my time. Well, thank you, all 3 of you. This is an extraordinarily distinguished panel of nominees, and we are lucky for your service and your willingness to serve. And we thank your families, too, because this is a family affair. And it takes the whole group to support somebody in the roles that you've all been nominated for. So thank you and thank them. I do have a couple of questions, and as you can see, we are, the ranking members now come in, but we are in the middle of votes, so I apologize for the scattered attendance from the senators. Major Quinn, I want to start with a question for you. Major General Quinn, sorry. Under current law, in order to receive VA grant money for improvements, state veteran cemeteries are barred from interring many National Guard members and reservists. These National Guard service members signed up to protect and give back to our country. That's why I joined the New Hampshire delegation in proposing legislation that would expand eligibility to help ensure that these veterans may also be buried at state veteran cemeteries. New Hampshire's Veteran Cemetery is one of the most beautiful places in a beautiful state, and it is a place of extraordinary reverence. So, Major General Quinn, will you commit to working with our office on this matter that is so incredibly important to Granite Staters?
Senator, 28 years I have served with incredible women and men in the National Guard across this nation. You have my commitment to work on that with your office. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Ms. Donaghy, I really enjoyed our conversation the other day. Thank you for taking the time to have it. The VA has routinely dismissed whistleblower claims, including whistleblowers at VA facilities that Granite State veterans rely on for their care. In March of this year, the Office of Special Counsel again found a VA response to a whistleblower complaint to be unreasonable, this time regarding allegations at the White River Junction Medical Center, which serves many Granite State veterans. Misconduct and poor performance allegations like the ones at White River Junction need to be taken seriously. This case is just one example where the VA failed to treat allegations seriously and failed to safeguard whistleblowers. The highly concerning pattern of the VA mishandling whistleblower complaints put our veterans at risk by contributing to a culture of silence and retaliation. So, Ms. Donaghy, if confirmed as the Assistant Secretary of Accountability and Whistleblower Protection, how will you work to safeguard whistleblowers from retaliation and change the VA's culture in this area?
Thank you, Senator, for that question and also for our conversation. I have 3 goals to lead the Office of Accountability and Whistleblower Protection, which is an office that I believe the Congress has given tools to fight exactly the problem that you're discussing. First, it's to lead the office with integrity, with objectivity, and with excellence in work product. Secondly, to communicate the importance of whistleblower protection, both internally and externally. But tying back to that first goal, again, to be vigilant in executing on that principle with excellence in work product. And finally, I believe that whistleblower protection for misconduct and that sort of thing, that's a given in an organization. It's the minimum that an organization needs to do to be fully functional. But an organization can really not truly meet its mission unless it protects whistleblowers and cultivates a culture where employees can speak up and make good change.
Well, thank you for that. Will you also commit to reviewing the handling of whistleblower claims at White River Junction and working with our office in this matter and any others that arise should you be confirmed?
I will commit, Senator.
Thank you. Another question for you, Ms. Donaghy. The Office of Accountability and Whistleblower Protection has a mandate to accept and investigate cases of wrongdoing involving senior leadership. The VA Office of Inspector General reported in 2019 that the office declined to investigate certain cases, even though they were mandated to do so. So what is your understanding of the Office of Accountability and Whistleblower Protection's mandate, and how will you prioritize holding senior leadership at the VA accountable if needed?
So, Senator, I commit to executing on the mandates of the Act according to the way the Congress intended that to happen. And I look at the role as being almost threefold. A vigilant voice for whistleblowers, which we just discussed in the last, but also to fulfill that independent investigative role that Congress has given to this office for senior leader misconduct and for retaliation for whistleblowers by supervisors. And I commit to executing on the mandates of the Act the way Congress intended.
Thank you very much.